Alright, so this guy's GC1 in 1v1, so let's get into this, see what we can pick up on. See what he's doing right, see what he's doing wrong. Hopefully give him some tips by the end of it. That's a good kickoff. I like to see the solid kickoff at the start. It shows promising things. I mean, it's always oh, that's actually not too great. So you don't want to be this close, because what are you gonna do? Stop here, and turn around as well, because you can't really do anything. Actually, if he misses, I can't tell if he picked up this boost. Okay, it did. It was just a replay bug. Yeah, so you want to stop before that. It's way too risky going for that. You should have probably scored. That's a good boost grab. Well done for taking your time here. I don't mind that play. I don't like going for it again because it's so obvious that he's going to beat you here. You have to land. You know, I think the best play as well is actually to cut to the left side here and make your dribble more angled and instead of linear, because you're going straight down the centre of the pitch here in like a really straight line. Whereas if you cut to the left or the right, the reason why the left is better is because if you cut to the right and he dunks you, then you know he's probably just going to get a straight hit into your net. Whereas if you cut to the left, then he can't do that. So I'd go to the left. I don't mind that you've popped this though, but you don't want to jump that second time. Just let him hit it and recover and take the free ball. Here, this is a really bad hit because you've boomed this like very hard when you could have had a softer touch and had the ball. If you just jumped and didn't flip here, if you just hit this, this would have it would have been a softer touch into your backboard, like into your sidewall where you've literally just hit it now, and you would have landed with the ball almost. He's going to your corner boost, so you just have a free ball here, but now he's got your boost and he's got the ball. So that hit could have been better. That's a good challenge. Nice. See what you do here. I don't mind it. I think if you recovered better, it would have been fine. I think you jump a little bit like wonky here. You flip straight away, actually. That's okay. This isn't great then. So I don't mind going for this if you're gonna make this decision a little bit sooner, like literally like a tenth of a second sooner, and just boost into it straight away. But you want to take your time here. You've kind of flipped straight away, and then you've not used all of your jump's momentum upwards. And then you've landed pretty bad, so not the best recovery. Okay, so what I'm picking up on from the two kickoffs so far is that you can only speed flip to the right, because on the previous kickoff you did that, you speed flip to the right, and on this one you speed flip to the right. So I'd recommend learn to properly speed flip to the left confidently if you can't do that. This shot, one, you don't have to double jump. I think you can wait for it to drop a little bit more and then jump and flip into it for a more powerful shot and more accurate shot. And two, if you do want to double jump into this, then you wanna. This isn't a fast aerial. This is just, you know, you've look at your car. You've double jumped and then you've boosted and tried to like angle your car upwards after. Yeah, you wanna like jump and angle your car upwards whilst boosting and go straight to the ball, because you look how like kind of wonky that is. If this guy might have a chance to score now, because it's a free one-on-one for him. Luckily he's not got the best touch and that's a decent challenge from you. Not a terrible hit. I think it could have been better. I think you don't have to rush it because he's not coming, so you don't need to do that. I like how you've turned ball off there. That's a good play. See what you do here. This is fine. I think you give up a little bit too much space here. That's fine. You shouldn't turn like and boost backwards or drive backwards, because you're like right next to the ball and he can't really get it over you anyway. But now you've done this, he's got it over you and he's actually probably going to score from that. Yeah. So that came from kind of moving backwards when you shouldn't have. Nice kickoff. Alright, so you rushed this again. I think you could have took a little bit more time here and gotten a better first touch, because you're like driving into the ball downwards, so you're going to kill all the bounce, and then you can't really do much. Once you're here in this situation, you have two plays you can go for. So you either hit once like you've done and just go for a bump and try and demo the other guy, bump him out of the way, and you score from that. Or the other play is what you've kind of tried to do, but you've not done it great, is you don't want to hit this ball that linear. You want to get to the side of it, and then as soon as he starts moving, then you start flip around him. But it's quite risky in case you get dunked and you get a bad like recovery from it. Not the best jump here. I think you can take your time longer on these balls. Like everything that you've gone for, you have more time than you think, because you've jumped without really angling yourself properly towards the ball, and now you're going to get a pretty bad first touch, and there's no way you kind of recover to score here. You've used all your boost, you know. So I'd take your time more. That's a good drift. You've not really done the best pop. So again, I think you have more time than you think. You don't have to hit that once. You can take your time to drive into it at a better angle. You're going down. You want to be going more across and hit it over to the other side. And if you do that, then you want to make sure, if you do what you've just done, you want to make sure then that you recover to the left of the ball, but you've kind of recovered underneath the ball here. And now you're going to have to like jump and kind of make yourself very awkward and deal with it. Luckily that guy has had the worst shot of his life, so we don't get scored on for that. Nice boost management here. Good save, that's well done. There you go, I think that's in right. Nice shot. So that was a good play. The last 10 seconds was some good defense there. Well done. Nice kick off. I like the recoveries, I like the wave dashes. Decent shot. Nice, there you go. Perfect. I mean, you've stepped up in the last 20 seconds. I think this is fine. I don't mind this. I can see me doing that sometimes and just like making him, putting the ball deeper into his half and then going back to give yourself more time. I don't really like this. I think you want to carry on driving forward and close the gap down, but you've given him loads of space here. And he's going to score. Yeah, I'd just carry on driving forward a little bit. And you can fake challenge at the end of that. But if you drive backwards here, you've conceded loads of space. And you're not really covering your goal. Look at it from his point of view. If we look at it from the opponent's point of view here, you'll see what I mean. Look how much space he's got, and then like that wasn't even the best shot, and he got it past you because you weren't really covering your net. Nice kickoff. This is pretty bad. He might actually score from this. I've not seen, but the ball is way too far from you. So he doesn't even care that you're just chilling here, because he's just gonna turn like he's just done and take the ball. And if he was better, then he would have just touched this and shot, or he shot straight away. So that was a big mistake there. You wanna, if we were gonna tell you what to do here, you wanna just close the space, or go for a bump, or close the space between you and the ball, not just chill here. Alright, so you've not done anything. You've kind of let him do whatever. I want you to start closing space between you and your opponents more. And it doesn't mean just fully going for the ball every time, but putting a little bit more pressure, because every time your opponent has the ball, we'll look at it from his angle again. He's going really slowly here, and he's still got loads of time and space to do whatever he wants. Look at that. If you look at it from his POV, and I recommend doing this yourself with your own replays, and you'll see what I mean exactly. He's just chilling. Like, he can do whatever he wants. He has about 5 seconds to do it. And this guy seems like he has decent mechanics, so you don't really want to give these guys that much space in ones. You've got some decent kickoffs though. Like it's not. I think this is the first one I've seen you probably lose. Alright, I can always tell this is going to turn out bad, I think, because this is not a good recovery. You've used loads of boosts, and yeah, so you don't need to do this. You can you don't want to jump up. You want to jump down and wave dash on the ground and get that boost, because this isn't really doing much, and you've landed awkwardly, and you've used 64 boosts to get nowhere. And luckily, somehow we've actually scored from this because you got a bit of a fortunate bump. And I say fortunate because I know that you didn't mean to get this. If you look at that, and if you did, and you meant to bump him onto the wall, into the ball, and set yourself up for a shot, then you know you're a genius. So a fair play, but yeah, you want to recover down the wall there instead of going up into the air. Nice kickoff again. I think you could have, if you boosted here, I think you would have gotten underneath that guy or over the top of him, or you would have been in front of him and been able to get that small pad to your left and then that big boost on the left. But now he's got it, and he's going to have probably the first possession if he plays as well. Yeah, so he's going to have the first attack here, just because you could have probably boosted after your kickoff. That's not a great hit. He should be scoring from this now. You don't need to jump because the ball's coming to you anyway. It's kind of doing too much when you're going to get the same outcome or even a better outcome, because now you've jumped off the wall, you can't stay on the wall obviously, so you're going to be going into your net or into the middle of the pitch. And if you stayed on the wall and the ball came to you and hit against your car, then you would have been able to drive down the wall and take a free ball. Or got a better challenge, but yeah, he's going to score from that because you kind of panicked there. So that it goes back to the point where I think you have more time than you probably realise. So yeah, that's a good kickoff. Unfortunately, the kickoffs are they're going into the corners a little bit. I'd like to see you go for more push kickoffs instead of hook, because I don't rate hook kickoffs in ones that much anymore. They used to be insane. But now everyone's kind of learned how to kick off. Just gaining possession off the kickoff is more useful. So if you landed here and you drove to the right slightly and flipped to the left and forced it to the left side of the pitch, that would have been a better kickoff for you. See what you do here. That's a good fake challenge. This is better. You close the space down, like I said. Good defense, almost. It was a tough shot to save because it went over you and you tried your best. I mean, I'm not gonna go into this in too much detail. If there was one thing that I say you could do better here is not double jump and instead jump, tilt your car backwards and flip into the ball, because you would have gotten more momentum into the ball and had a more powerful hit. Whereas because you're jumping with forward momentum, you're not getting a good hit on the ball, if that makes sense. And we can see it here. The ball's just kind of tapped against your car and gone in, but it was a decent attempt, so I'm not gonna that wasn't the worst play. It was a decent attack from the other guy. Nice kickoff. We should get a goal here. Unfortunately, you don't really recognise. I don't think you read the bounce. You should be boosting and just driving as fast as possible here, and boost into that boost pad in front of you. Use that 12 boost again and just smash this in. Because you should be able to read this, and even here you could boost and probably beat him still and just double jump, but you've used the boost after you double jump, so you're not using the boost to gain momentum like it should be used for. You've double jumped, and in the air when you boost, you can't drive with R2 or whatever your drive button is. You can't accelerate faster than you can accelerate on the ground, so you've double jumped. You've lost all that momentum gain, and now you're trying to make up for it with boosting, and you're just going to use more boost to get to a shorter distance, if that makes sense. So he's got a block, he's going to get that boost, and now you should go back to the mid boost there, and now he's going to have a free attack. Decent jump there. He was going to demo you. I like this. Nice, that was very good. Good weight again. You should flick there, perfect, and you should score this, I hope. Nice. There we go. So, good play. Don't really need to go into too much detail on that. You flicked it at the perfect time, like I said. So yeah, here's the what I think you need to learn how to speed flip to the left, because you're only comfortable going to the right. And I do this kickoff, but I also do the opposite variation on the right side where I speed flip to the left, and you can only do it one way, and that could mean that you're not comfortable doing it the other way, which could it could make you worse in some scenarios on the pitch. So I definitely recommend learning how to do it the other way. Also, this kickoff is quite bad. You don't wanna if you're gonna do the kickoff that I do, where you speed flip to the right here on the left side, you don't want to angle your car and take this much of a wide turn. Honestly, you could literally just drive forward and do it almost. I'll actually go into free play here and show you. So here, you've gone like this and flipped, but in reality all you have to do is just go like that. You'll get here much quicker than if you do it the one you've done before. You're taking a really long approach basically. You've gone like that, then that, and then you flip, right? Whereas if you just go on a more linear approach, you're obviously just going to get to the ball fast, and you're still going to get the same outcome like that, because you're still flipping through the boost. Alright, let's go back into it though. So we know you take a little bit of a pretty bad approach, and we're actually going to score from it, aren't we? Amazing. So, don't listen to me, you're just the better player. But still, what I said stands. It could have been better, but good kickoff in the end. So here this is a good kind of kickoff to show what I mean. I don't think you're comfortable speed from this side, because look at the way you land. And it's strange that you've done this, because the kickoff that you did at the start of the game, you drove like this and then you speed flip to the right. But now you're trying to do the kickoff that I do, where you speed flip to the left, and the one you've done previously. So I'm kind of confused why you're switching it up that much, or whether you just gave it a try, which is completely fine. If you want to improve, the only way you're going to improve is by trying. So I rate that, but it goes back to the point. Just try and keep improving that side of your speed flip. Alright, this is terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure what you're doing. I think it's you want to go for the back boost, but then you keep getting put off, and then you're not too sure what to do. But you want to make a decision. You want to look ball cam on here. Check if you have time to that back boost. I think you do. So you flip into the back boost and you recover into your net. You have time here because the ball's going into the corner at a slow speed, so you can't speed it up and score. So you can just go into your back boost and get that. But if you don't have time, then you want to make a conscious decision that you're just going to get the pads. So you want to drive along this pad like you've done. You want to go here, and if you have time, then obviously go here. If you don't have time, you want to close the space, go here. Whatever here, just get these 3 boost pads first. But we kind of, get tricked into a corner boost, and we don't really go for it in the end. We have low boost, or lower boost than we probably could have had that. This is fine. Decent hit, could have been better, but it's not the end of the world. So this should be a goal, or you could have scored that. See, I saw the score of this game, and I was confused why this isn't a goal. So that's why I said that, because you have an open net here. If you just boosted and drive into this and flip, but obviously I assume you thought he was gonna recover, which is fine, but you should recognise this. Or even if you don't recognise it, I'd always still go for a shot here anyway, because you're going to apply pressure, and he's going to have, he's going to have to make a save, and he's going to use boost. He's on 19 boost. If you make him use that 19, he's going to be on 0. You get his corner boost, and you go for another shot, and you're probably going to score eventually, right? But I mean, this should still be a goal, to be honest. He's on very low boost here. He's actually on 0 pretty much. He can't really do much with 3 boost. If you put this anywhere on target, you've scored. So yeah, it's just an unfortunate shot. I'm sure you've scored plenty of those before, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. I think we both know you could have scored that. See what you do with this dribble. Alright, so I want to see you go for more bounce dribbles. You can go for flicks at the end of them, but I don't want you to ball carry straight away, because you seem to flick quite early a lot of time, and it's fine. But you know, if he's going to fake challenge like this, you're just going to give a free ball away. I recommend going to the right of the pitch because he's flipping to the left side, so you know he's committing to that line of path, if that makes sense. So you go to the right side, you create loads of space, and you have loads of angles, lots of space to do what you want, and then you can go for a flick if you want to. But going down the middle like this, if you're going to flick this early, probably isn't a great idea, because you know you're probably just going to get baited into flicking from fake challenges like you've just done so there. Yeah, 23 seconds or 20 seconds, you kind of, you know, have to go for it, I guess. He was a little bit slow. I think you should have drove up this wall because he's just going to be chilling here like he is right now. So if you drive up this wall, then he can't jump for this. Sorry for the notification. Thank you for the sub. If you drive up the wall, he can't go for this because you can just jump and, you know, get the ball before him. So that will just make him back off. But because you've kind of stayed on the ground, he knows he can move in. So a little bit unfortunate, but you kind of had to go for that since it was 20 seconds. Last 12 seconds there, unless you get a kick-off goal, I don't think much is going to happen, and that's probably it. So what I've gained from, what you should have gained from this replay is that you want to, sometimes you have a lot more time to do your plays than you think. And you also want to start closing the space down between your opponent a little bit more. I recommend learning how to speed foot to the left a little bit better, and also what was the other point? Oh yeah, it was being a little bit more creative with your dribbles, because you kind of just go down the centre of the pitch a lot of time, and that's just from this replay. You know, it could have been the opponent was forcing you to do that, or it felt like he was forcing you to do that. You might just not do that in other replays, but from this replay, what I've seen is that you kind of go down the centre a little bit too much, and you want to angle your dribbles a little bit more and create more angles and create more space for yourself. And yeah, but overall you've got some decent mechanics. You're showing some like pretty good recoveries, especially off kickoffs with wave dashes and stuff. So if you fix some of those things, I can definitely see you getting to the next rank.